Yes, people, welcome back to the Red Blood Brothers. It's TJ and Mo with you, and it's been a long, long time. And so much has happened to Liverpool. Our future's changed. Jurgen Klopp announced he's leaving. Michael Edwards and co are back in the building. So there's so much to talk about, but I don't think we're going to
So much
touch
to
on
discuss. So much to discuss.
exactly. Well, I don't know if we should talk about Klopp leaving and everything. It's just I feel like that's old news now because what's
Yeah.
coming out now is AMORIM not coming to Liverpool,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is a big, I don't know, it's a big news story. But Mo, what do you think of what's happened to Liverpool for the past 4 months? Just like generally speaking, so we could just cover it quickly
To be
and
honest,
move on.
I mean, in my opinion, I think it's been a throw all your cards on the table kind of season. Um, Obviously, we're second. I think okay. We're joint on points with Arsenal at this moment in time, but if you look at the way we've been playing for the past 3 to 4 months, it's nowhere near the standard of an informed, thriving Jurgen Klopp team. It's a team that's scraping results. Somehow we're in the position we're in. I don't know. To an extent, we have to be. To an extent, it is like we have to be honest. We for the past 3 4 months, the football we've been playing has not been up to standard. The loss to Palace at home, getting knocked out of the Europa League. That's another big shock. I did not expect to get knocked out by Atalanta. That was an absolute hammer blow. But in terms of Liverpool and where we are, I think it's time for a change. As much as I love Jurgen Klopp, he brought me the happiest years of my life
Yeah,
in terms of football. Like
yeah.
he made Liverpool a serious club again. So I'll always be grateful and love him. But yeah, I'm ready to embrace the change. I'm ready to embrace the change.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm sort of feeling your sentiment here, and
Yeah.
when it first came out that Jurgen Klopp was leaving, I just couldn't believe it, especially after he signed a two-year deal, a contract. So I thought he'd actually oversee this rebuild of the team, win us a few trophies, stay for a couple of seasons, and then go.
Sorry to
But
interrupt, bro. It was 4 years. It was for 2022. He signed till 2026, so it was 4 years.
oh yeah, so but from now he
Yeah.
has 2 years.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah,
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 it's just the way it happened, and it was quite of a big shock. And I mean, look, if he'd done it last season, after last season, it would have been a shock. But because it's been, we had a good start and
yeah.
new
We
blood,
did.
fresh players, a lot of talent, young talent in the squad. So yeah, it was a crazy announcement, and like here we are, 4 months later, we're still challenging for the league. Now,
Yeah.
I think look, there's a lot to talk about, man. I think let's just start with Liverpool, our league position, us messing up in the last week or so in the league and Europa League. And then we'll talk about the manager situation, what's going to happen, Michael Edwards coming back, the politics behind it and all of
Yeah.
that. So let's get stuck in, man. Liverpool were after there was that one game where Arsenal or City dropped points. No, it was a draw against Arsenal, Man City, and the title was in our hands.
Yeah.
And then all we had to do is win our games. And
Yeah.
then United happened, and then Crystal Palace happened.
Darwin Nunes out.
Well, already
Yeah,
you're calling it already.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Unacceptable because I remember that.
Jeez,
I remember that,
you're
bro.
putting your neck on the line, mate.
I'm not putting my neck on
Fuck.
the line, man. How can bro? Listen. I've watched the compilation video of the chances that guy's missed. Yeah, the amount of chances he's missed. If he buried half of the chances he's missed, I'm telling you, we'll be leading by 5 points. We'll be clear. And because we've got donkeys up front that have cost us the league, and let's be honest, that's exactly what's happened. We find the position, we find ourselves in the position that we're in. Let's start with the United game when we drew 2-2. Not the FA Cup, forget the FA Cup, the league.
Yeah,
This is this is the perfect moment for us to go clear at the top
yeah,
and make a statement. We bottled it to this is the worst Manchester United team I've ever seen in my life, especially after their performance yesterday against Coventry. That this is the worst, by far the worst Manchester United team I've seen for the past 24 years. And that's how long I've been alive. And we couldn't get the 3 points. And we had so
yeah.
many chances. And in this league, if you don't take your chances, you will not win games. And regardless of how bad the opposition team you're playing is, if you have 20 chances and don't take them, I guarantee you they'll have one chance and they'll score. And that's exactly what happened against United because you have a bunch of idiots up front who don't know how to finish their chances, and that have cost us the league.
Yeah, yeah. I see your point. Our front players have been not on form. Like you could tell, even through general play. Like before,
Yeah.
early in the season, Darwin Núñez used to miss chances. Right, it's always been something he's been doing. But his all round play was good. Like
But
he'd
that
be
doesn't
holding
matter.
up the ball, he'd be creating chances, he'd be setting up. Whether it's Mo Salah, Luis Diaz. Like he was always involved and always creating chances.
Yeah,
But
bro, what are we going to
he
remember?
he he wouldn't be clinical. But now it's like he's not clinical and he's playing shit. Like against Fulham, he came on and
I've done nothing, man.
he falls over a lot, doesn't he? He just
Listen, bro, he's not.
like, he's
Listen,
always on the floor, and I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's like a confidence thing, but it is. Look, it's 2 seasons now.
no
What
excuses, bro.
what do we do now? Because it's a big money signing, but at
Listen,
the same time, I feel like there's a player that's going to explode there. I know it's been 2 seasons, but the raw talent that's there, the physical
bro,
traits he has,
like
do you know what I mean? Like
I
it's a tough
agree.
one with Darwin.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying, but at the end of the day, we need to look at the facts as they are. If you want to win this league, you can't be missing that many chances.
Yeah, yeah,
You cannot. You simply cannot have, I don't know, 5 to 6 clear cut chances in a game and not score any, but expect to get credit because you played a nice through ball, or your hold up play was good, or you pinged a couple of long balls. If you cannot finish your dinner, especially when we paid 80 million for this guy and he was supposed to be the next big thing, sorry, mate, you're not fit for this club because it all, bro. Listen, especially now with City being as dominant as they are, you can't miss these kind of chances in games and expect to get away with it and win leagues and trophies. You can't.
yeah,
Back then
yeah,
maybe, but now because of the standard City are playing at, you have to finish your dinner every single opportunity. I'm not. You know what? I'm not even expecting him to finish every single opportunity. But bro, that United match, for example, when we drew 2-2, unacceptable,
yeah,
unacceptable.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he's just
And it was all the players. It wasn't just Darwin Núñez. Like all the
Diaz as
front
well.
guys.
Diaz has been a
He's been Diaz has been good. Obviously he missed a few chances against Man City, but look, I think generally speaking, the finishing from whether it's Salah, Diaz, Núñez has been really
Why do you
bad.
think that is? Why do you think that is?
It's a good question. I don't know what's happened, and it's been like the whole team because of that has looked disjointed, and it takes us back to Atlanta and Crystal Palace, those 2 games
Oh man,
where we had no rhythm of play. We were easily sliced up with a few
yeah,
passes. They were
literally,
cutting through us. And up top, we'd have we wouldn't make any chances, but the chances we have, we'd miss. So
exactly.
I don't know if it's, but there seems to be like a system issue at the moment with Liverpool.
I think that's what it is. I think that's a very valid point, and that's
So
that's
who's
why
that
I'm a
down
little.
to? Is it the players? Is it the managers? Is it the
But I'm not
injuries
gonna.
we had? Were
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just chasing games too much throughout the season, and now it's
yeah.
showing? Do you know what I mean? I think there's a lot of different reasons for this.
There's a lot of um contributing factors, but for me, I think it's a combination of all three. Obviously, the injuries don't help. That's something that we have to take into account. But I just feel like Klopp is mentally switched off now. He knows he knows he's leaving. And as much as he says that he wants to fight for the league and he wants us to win the league, I genuinely believe he wants to. Of course, he wants us to win the league, but he knows, like at the back of his mind, he knows that next year he's not going to be there. So
Yeah,
subconsciously, he might not be as pumped and as you know alert and on the ball as he was like 3 4 seasons ago.
yeah,
And also, um, yeah, it's a system thing. I believe that you know if you if you want to stick with a specific system, you have to keep replenishing and reinvesting in your squad. And that's something he didn't do.
yeah, yeah,
And that's come back to bite him big time. Because if
yeah,
you look at City, Bro, they literally won the treble last year and they spent 200, 250 million on
Yeah.
players. Do you think they're always winning?
Yeah,
That's why
we
we,
don't have that money, but no, but I think the money was available. I mean, if we were putting in like 100 million bids for Moses Caicedo back in the summer, I think
yeah. Yeah, but that
like
was
the
this
money's
summer,
definitely
bro.
there. Yeah,
When we won the
even
Champions League in the league, we didn't reinvest in the squad. We kept it as it is. Why would we
maybe
do that?
that's because of Klopp's stubbornness, bro.
And
And that's
emotional
maybe
players like that
and
clown
maybe
Henderson.
that's why that that's why Michael Edwards left. If you
Yeah, yeah,
do you know what? Yeah, I was thinking about it. I don't know. Let me know. I have a theory.
yeah.
Do you think Jurgen Klopp was in a way forced out, and that's why he announced his resignation?
No, no, no,
If you
no,
think
no.
about it, Edwards left because he didn't like the way things were going, and Klopp maybe wanted that extra power and decision making on transfers and everything. So it came down to probably him and Linders and obviously some other people in the recruitment team, but it was
Maybe.
ultimately the decision making was of him and Linders. And now
Yeah,
that it got too much for him, he realized he can't do it. But at the same time, let's not forget last transfer window. I'm sorry, in the summer, it was an absolute
yeah. It was
shit
shambles,
show.
man.
It
Yeah,
was
it was.
absolute shambles. I know we got two solid McAllister Szoboszlai, two solid signings. Endo Gravenberch, debatable. But anyways, it
That's
was a
another
sham.
point.
Yeah, it was a shambles. And maybe FSG said, "Listen, we want the old structure back." And he was like,
Maybe
"No."
this is actually no. You're
And then
right.
he's and that's why he's like, "Okay, that's what you want. I'm off." Maybe. I don't
We'll
know.
never
I don't
know.
know.
It's not
Or maybe
speculation.
he's just tired. Maybe I'm just like I've got my tin
No,
hat on with my
I think it's
conspiracy
a
theories.
it's a very valid observation, man. You can't completely rule it out because I think Klopp did. I think that's what pissed off Michael Edwards to the point where he just left. Because if you look at the way we've been doing our transfers, Klopp's been the one that's having the final say, and he's been influencing a lot of the players that we've currently got.
Yeah,
And based on his lack of experience, being shrewd in the transfer window, it's cost us. For example, look at the sign, like you said, the signs we made last season, sorry,
mm,
so the end of last season, they're not they're not Jurgen Klopp type players. Like for example, Mane, or actually he didn't sign Mane, or Salah, Van Dijk, Allison, Fabinho. These are who pulled the trigger on all of those transfers. It was Edwards.
yeah,
So I think having him back is a massive advantage. It's a massive advantage. As much as I'm sad to see
yeah.
Klopp go, he
That's the
he was the
first thing I would have
mastermind.
wanted. When
He
Klopp
was the
was
mastermind
leaving,
with it.
yeah, yeah. When Klopp said he was leaving, I was like, you know what? Forget about thinking which manager we need in. We need to get our structure
Yeah,
back. I want to get
yeah.
that in place first. Because from that you build everything. And once we got Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes in, I was like, you know what? FSG
TJ.
know they know what they're doing. The
No, they
structure
know
is
what they're
there.
doing.
Now I'm not worried. No matter what manager comes in or out,
No,
look,
no, no.
listen, as long as the structure's there
I
and the footballing operations are back on track, I think that was the first
let
thing
me
we
ask
need
you a
to
question.
sort out.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. The success that we saw at Liverpool was a
Yeah.
combination of Edwards' brilliance
Oh,
and Klopp's
100%.
brilliance on the
Yes,
pitch.
yes.
So even though I'm still scared because Klopp leaving is gonna leave a void. Edwards can't fill that void because he's not a manager. He's a director of
No, no,
football, and
of course, of course.
so we need to get the right manager right now. I don't know who we're gonna get. So what do you think
Yeah.
about the management situation? Who do you think's
I
coming
don't
in?
know, man. Okay, so look, before we talk about management situation, we have to give the boys credit. We won against Fulham. A solid win, 3-1.
Yeah, solid win,
Away at
man.
Craven Cottage has historically been a difficult place for us to go. And
Trent
yeah.
Alexander-Arnold.
Oh my God. Here we are again talking about Trent. But I think we've spoken about in the last videos, we were like raving about Trent. He got injured, and then we got injured as well. We went off for we were out for 4 months. We're back when Trent comes back, mate. Oh, what a time it is to come back. When Trent Alexander-Arnold in his second game back, look, he's still not up to scratch, he's still not up to full fitness, but he's producing
Generational,
quality like that. Unbelievable.
generational, bro. Generational.
We
And
missed him.
Jota as well. We missed Jota big time.
You know that left foot finish. It
Yeah.
was beautiful, man. Do you
Do
know
you think
why?
Nunes can? Of course he can. But yeah,
That's
carry
another
on.
conversation. That's another
Yeah.
conversation. But when that went in, it was the most beautiful finish I've seen. Do you know why? Because the keeper like got a touch on it and it still went in. It was a bit scruffy,
Yeah.
but it was like he ran with the ball. He knew what he was going to do on his weak foot. He knew where he was going to place it, and he went for it, and it went in.
And he
Clinical
played the
finishing.
whole game. He played rubbish
Yeah,
that whole. As in, like
yeah,
he was
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
ball couldn't make a pass. But this is the
Yeah.
brilliant Diogo Jota. He wins you
I'm,
games.
bro, I'm convinced if he was playing against Manchester United or against Manchester City when Diaz misses a few chances,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
or even against Arsenal at home, it was he playing? I don't know. I can't remember if he was playing in that game, but or Arsenal away. Sorry,
City and United.
City and United will be top of the league now. So yeah, it was a good performance by the lads. Quick thoughts on the Fulham game, bro, before we move on to the manager situation.
Well, me, I think it was a solid performance. I'm surprised we didn't concede first, and I was very surprised that we actually scored a goal from open play, two goals from open play. Really happy for Gravenberch to get his first goal. Um, all round solid performance, man. I mean, not
Yeah,
much to complain
there
about.
were bits in the game where we were like, "Oh crap, they're cutting through us again."
Yeah, yeah.
Silly decisions. We can't clear the second ball,
And
um,
oh, yeah,
and it was creeping back in. And I was like, "Shit!"
this
And then we
reminded me,
conceded from it.
mate. I love Endo. What he's done, he's done a really good job, man.
Yeah,
Considering like
yeah,
the expectation of filling Fabinho's shoes,
yeah, yeah,
but he's. I wouldn't sell him, keep him in the squad, but we need number six, man. We need a
yeah,
number six. We need a number six.
yeah. We need a better player in that number six
Yeah.
role. He's a good squad player, but I think it's just don't forget he's 30 years old, man. It's caught up to
That's the
him.
thing, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
I
need.
think he's a very technical player and he has a really, really good football brain. But it's
I
just
love him.
the pace of the way we
Quick
play in the
throw.
Premier
Yeah,
League as well.
yeah.
Yeah, but I love him. But we definitely need like someone a bit more, let's say, physically powerful in there.
And younger. Yeah,
Um, yeah, but yeah, no. Mate, overall, listen. What I liked about that game is we weren't chasing. We were calm. We kept the ball. We played
we
it
did.
about. It wasn't like 100 miles an hour trying to force passes, trying to rush things. We just kept the ball.
Yeah,
And in the first 20, 30 minutes with the concede, I was loving it because
yeah.
it looked like we
I believe it.
actually knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I like the fact that when in the midfield it was Harvey Elliott, Gravenberch, and Endo. Was it, if I could remember.
Yeah, yeah, it was Elliot
Yeah,
Gravenberch Endo.
Elliot again. If still areas to improve, but his work rate,
All over
especially
it.
with
Great
him
squad
getting
player.
booed by the Fulham
Yeah.
fans. Yeah, yeah, yeah. His work rate
Alex,
was really, really something to see there. Gravenberch again. I think there were periods where he was quiet in the game. It looked.
I don't think he's I think I don't think he's up to standard, and I think we're going to see a lot of exits this summer because all of the players that have been signed for the past year or two, they haven't been Michael Edward. They haven't had the Michael Edward stamp on the transfer.
Yeah, I
So
think I think there'll be shock exits.
I mean, obviously, I want him to do well, man. But based on what I've seen, he's like a La Liga or Serie A kind of a player. He's not up to the Premier League
Listen,
standard. But listen, I could be
we've
wrong
given
here.
players like Nunes 2 seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the least he deserves is another season because
No, 100%,
listen, man,
100%.
the talent is there.
Yeah,
The talent is there. Like, do you see the half turns he does?
he's really good. But I think he's got a bit of a shit attitude as well, you know.
I
Maybe
don't know
his
if
work rate.
is that the way he plays? Is that attitude? I don't know. So the talent is there. It's just it needs to be unlocked somehow. Maybe another season. I don't know. But yeah, overall, man, it's solid performance. Something we needed. A performance where we looked like in control. We finished the game comfortably. No chasing.
Exactly.
And
And it
yeah,
highlights the importance of Trent and Jota in our team, bro.
yeah,
Those
yeah,
two.
yeah. Absolutely vital. So yeah, it's good to be back on track.
Move on to
But
the manager, bro. Let's move on to the manager.
because today we're filming today when the news came out from David Ornstein, super reliable, probably the most reliable in the business,
Yeah,
works for the Athletic, came out of an exclusive today saying that Ruben Amorim or West Ham are in talks with Ruben Amorim
yeah.
to try and get him in as their new manager if David Moyes leaves. An ambitious move by West Ham. And on top of that, or as a result, I don't know, it looks like it's going to be unlikely for Liverpool to put AMORIM as their manager, even though there were talks, but now
Yeah.
it seems unlikely.
I don't know what
What
the club are
happened?
doing.
Like first, it was Alonso. He wanted to stay at Leverkusen. Was Alonso the first choice? Did we really try to pull the trigger on him? I don't know. Probably not. Because if we did, I don't think he would have turned us
Yeah.
down. I don't know. So you had all Liverpool fans watching Bayer Leverkusen games, yeah. Now Alonso was shifted. Ruben Amorim became the front runner. All
Yeah.
the Liverpool fans started to watch. What's it called?
Sporting.
Sporting Lisbon games. And now the news has come out. What do you think's going on? What's happening?
I have no clue, bro, and I wish I can tell you, but I don't know what I mean. We know, um, traditionally the club like to do their business on a on a
Especially with Edwards, because during the Mark
exactly,
Edwards era, nothing used to get leaked out,
exactly.
especially after the
We
Virgil
know
van Dijk fiasco,
yes,
the saga.
yeah.
And
We
then
know that.
we just come out with shocking transfers. Journalists would
Yeah,
deny it, but then it would come true. I don't know.
exactly. Traditionally, the club do their
Yeah.
business on a very quiet note, but bro, I don't know, man. Like, Mourinho was at the Fulham match yesterday. Obviously, you got
Nah,
De
nah, nah,
Zerbi.
nah, 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 nah.
I hope not. Yeah, I
Nah,
hope
not
Mourinho.
no. Man, he lives there. Like he used to
Yeah.
manage at Chelsea, right? He probably has a house or flat there, so he's probably
So
watching it. He's
you
not
got
coming to
Zidane,
Liverpool. No
Zidane
way.
and Zidane De Zerbi. I don't know who else is in the pot, but mate, I don't know what to say. I really thought it was going to be Amarim because everyone was going on about it on social media, but
Yeah, and in the way he plays with Lisbon, he got them 2 titles. He's young, innovative, different style of play. I thought it was him because he's also sort of a project manager as well. So it's there for the long term. But now
mate,
that this has happened, I actually do not know who's
I
coming in.
think it's because you know what? Maybe this is and
Or
maybe
maybe it might be Amarim. Maybe he might be here at the end of the
no, no,
season. All of this
no.
was a ploy.
No, no, we don't know, but that's too political to be a ploy. But like what I'm saying is like maybe managers are realizing that, especially managers with egos, maybe they're identifying that they can't work with someone like Edwards because Edwards is basically in control of everything now, especially with this new position. He's got a high position.
Yeah,
He's in a
but
high
he's a
position
sporting
than
CEO of
he was
FSG, not
two,
Liverpool.
3 years ago. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Like you need to
yeah, but
find a
then,
manager
but
who's going to be
with
compatible.
Edwards, yeah, but with Edwards, he's the sporting or the CEO or the sporting CEO of FSG, Fenway Sports Group, not Liverpool.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know if there's a big difference with that.
but his primary focus is going to be Liverpool, bro. What generates FSG most money? It's fucking Liverpool Football Club, bro. It's not the shitty baseball teams in America. Who watches baseball? But yeah, it's 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 not concerning because I trust Edwards, but I just hope he gets it right, man. Because we don't want to go through a phase where we're getting in a manager, then moving them on because they're shit. Getting a manager, moving them on because they're shit. We have to get it right. We can't make a mistake, bro.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And because with Liverpool, we're so used to Jurgen Klopp. It's 9 years. We haven't had a manager change in 9 years. Chelsea have
Crazy, man.
had like 100
United,
during that time. United, Arsenal. Well, no, Arsenal
Spurs.
just yeah. Spurs, yes. Arsenal, not that much, but it's been 9 years, so we're not really used to that as a fan base. It's just a bit unsettling. It's not. There's no. You feel like
Scary.
there's no stability, and maybe Klopp was an anomaly because I don't think managers stay at 9 years now for our clubs. Klopp was just an anomaly. He
Yeah,
was in love with the club. We loved him. It was just
Klopp is a
home.
godsend, bro. Klopp is a
Yeah,
godsend.
it was a godsend. So I don't think we'll get a manager that will stay for 9 years anyway. But yeah, it's so important we get it right. So if if David Ornstein is right, by the way, I'd take that with a. I don't know if the taking it with a pinch of salt is the right word because he also said Edwards wasn't coming back in January, if you remember,
I mean, there's many reliable journalists. I mean,
and then
has
he came back. So
exactly. There's many reliable journalists in the football scene, but I mean, I know Fabricio obviously spoken, and so did David Ornstein. But there's also what's his name, Paul Joyce. He's quite reliable, and I don't think he said nothing.
yeah,
So
the
honestly,
Joyce he hasn't
honestly,
dropped anything yet. It's coming up to
honestly,
10:30. Maybe he drops an article at 10:30. That's
I don't know. I don't know, man. We just have to wait and see at this
all
point.
right. Listen.
I have no
Deserby.
clue. Is that what they're saying?
No, I'm asking you. Deserby. Yes or no?
I think he's a good manager, bro, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hack it at that level. Let's see. I mean, bro. Listen, if you, it's always a gamble and a risk to take a manager who's managed a mid-table team um, to the top level. I mean, we see, look at it with the Graham Potter.
Yeah,
Potter went
yeah,
from Chelsea to sorry from Brighton to Chelsea, and it was shambolic. But obviously, ownership has a
yeah.
part to play in that. But I want someone to stab. I wouldn't mind like Zidane. I'll be honest with you, man. I think Zidane will be a great manager.
He's a serial winner.
Zidane, man, he's the best player, one of the best goats of football.
And forget that. Like, when it comes to management, no manager wins the Champions League 3 times in a row. You don't do that if you're not elite. He's elite.
Yeah, 100%.
Three
Yeah,
Champions Leagues in a row. I'm sorry, don't like the way he managed that Real Madrid team with all the big players, all the big egos in that dressing room.
yeah.
He's a winner. You know what? I wouldn't mind if it's that bold twat coming. I'd love it, mate.
Well,
I'd love
let's
a
wait.
Baldy to
Bro.
manage Liverpool, man.
We don't know. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see.
Yeah, so it is looking a bit unsettling. But you know what, bro? Listen, I think I trust Edwards with the whole process,
Inshallah, bro.
and I don't think I'm going to believe any journalist from now on because it's just with the way we operate now, we actually don't know what's going to happen. So
Will do their business in
there's
silence. So it's a matter of it's only a matter of time.
yeah, like if it's not Alonso, if it's not AMORIM, who's out there? Tuchel, no way. We're not going to go for that. So there's Roberto De Zerbi,
Yeah.
Zidane. Who else?
Let's wait and see,
I don't know.
man.
Listen, it's a bit of a shocking evening.
Yeah.
Monday night news. Good to be back.
Yeah.
And
We're gonna
we've
be
got
back
about
more.
3 minutes left. Yeah. One more thing. The talk of the hour now in the Premier League. The Nottingham Forest statement.
Oh, I was literally, it came to my mind, man. That was jokes, bro. They literally accused them officially of corruption.
I don't know if that's accusing of corruption, but
But you know what fucking pissed me off? Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher on Sky News absolutely ripping into Nottingham Forest. I'm not justifying what Nottingham Forest done, but Sky, all these major, like, big
listen,
companies, they're they're trained, media trained by the
listen, mate.
well,
At the end, they're
well,
corporate, right?
and if they, exactly,
Yeah.
yeah, so they pissed me off, but yeah, that was a joke, man. They should have had two penalties. It's actually a
Unbelievable,
joke.
unbelievable. And I think look, it's a recurring issue all season. Officiating is shit. Is it corruption? Look, I'm not going to be like it's corrupt, but why not ask that question? Why is it that we
Especially with
point
the
fingers at
advanced technology.
Italy, we point fingers at
Yeah,
Spain, and say, look at the corruption? It could happen to us as well. We're not perfect.
exactly.
I
And
don't
if
know
any,
what it is with England that's so special.
yeah, exactly.
Corruption could be there. Yeah.
And with
So
the advanced technology,
I don't,
VAR, all that technology, it should mitigate the chances
but it's not. It's making it worse. That's the
yeah,
problem. The
it's just
standard of officiating is absolutely ridiculous. What Nottingham Forest done, yeah. Look, I think clubs look that it was an emotional reaction, right?
yeah, exactly. I
But
think they're
it's
chipping.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a tactic to maybe put pressure on the referees, but I think clubs need to think strategically about this. You need a
how they
strategy. The goal is to improve officiating, minimize or completely root out those massive mistakes which cost teams points. Right?
exactly.
Nottingham Forest could get relegated because of this. We could not
Yeah,
win the league because of the Spurs decision, for example.
yeah,
Every
yeah.
team has suffered, and that is affecting our ability to win a league or to get relegated. It's really so much is at stake here. We cannot have these. Look, sometimes there's 50-50 decisions, right? It
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
Contentious, no worries. But clear cut decisions like that with
I don't know
VAR.
what's going on. I think they're just incompetent, or there's genuinely some scandalous behavior, and
Yeah, yeah,
I wouldn't rule that out, bro. I wouldn't completely
yeah.
rule that out. It's
Exactly.
possible.
Look, there needs to be an end goal for this, and the strategy should be, I don't know, clubs get together, get all their representatives together,
Like
all the
independent
Premier
panel.
League,
Yeah,
yeah, get an independent panel with them, get all their lawyers together, I don't know, and make a big push to the FA and PGMOL.
yeah,
And I think that's the only way you could get change because it's getting ridiculous. It's getting
yeah.
every single week there's
Shit.
something. So yeah,
Wrap it
it's been a
up.
crazy weekend of football. Obviously, United
Yeah,
in the FA Cup as well. Unlucky to Coventry, but yeah, listen, we'll be back. We've got midweek Everton Merseyside derby. Hopefully, we'll
definitely.
do a match reaction to
Yeah,
that.
Exactly.
If we win this game, I think I'll be much more positive. I am positive now, but still on the fence about this league. But let's go win at Goodison Park and see what happens.
Let's go up the
Um,
Reds.
up the Reds.
See you later. See you later, guys.
See you later
Yeah, bro.
in a bit.